a quick number 2 craft room tour. It's been kind of the same, but I've added a few things like this dresser and this like bakery rack thing. This is partly my, as you can see, some of my canned storage pantry area too. We're working on getting another room built to move all my craft stuff up in a half loft / library. I'll start below the table here. The other side folds out just like this rounded side here, or you can set both of them down and have more of a thin kind of table. I use it for my sewing. Just gonna make a quick run through. I probably won't open all drawers, but if you guys want to see what's inside more, we can. Top tote fabric, medium or middle tote, kind of some batting for any inner sewing project pieces, quilting pieces, I guess. Yarn on the bottom. Got my cutting mat, and I've got my sewing pedal foot there. A few little picture frames there. Try to go slow here. I've got a few odd and end pieces of decorations and or books kind of shoved into this little bookshelf. This may go upstairs as well. Once we get that done, I'll ease up a little bit. The blue tote has county fair ribbons and a few old high school, middle school, young photos of me. Not sure what to do with those just yet, so they're there in storage. The frog has a little jingle bell sound thing that needs batteries and replaced back into him. He's like a little Christmas frog that ribbits jingle bells for Christmas. The sewing box, sorry guys, the sewing box has little transfer paper pattern things, some of the old-timey kind of embroidery pieces. This box here used to be my ribbon storage, and then I've replaced it and put some old pens, highlighters, colored pencils, that sort, extra storage for it. These down here. Go ahead and get over here on this. I've got my sewing box here, dictionary, fishing rod that I need, reel that I need to find a place for. This green fabric will go into the lining of this bigger cabinet here. It used to be a jewelry little standalone. I'm going to make it into a craft bin instead. This top part lifts up. I'm not sure what I'll put in that yet. There used to be on half of it a ring area. I'll go over more of it later when I do get it all painted up and set up the way I want to, but gonna redo the inner parts of that. Got drawers. I do have a few things in these. Let's see, like popsicle sticks. One of these, I think this one maybe. Nope. That has some extra cording in it. Bottom one has some of my stamps. There's a little door on the other half of it that has some shelves. It has one shelf. I need to make or have my husband make a couple more shelves to put in there so I can slide in maybe a few of these canisters. I've got my easel. I'm not sure where I want to keep that, so I've just got it sitting here for now. Sewing, knitting, crochet notions like tape measures, stitch markers, etc. in that little pack there. I can go through later if y'all would like to know. Odd and end stuff I need to put away on the table or trash, either way. Leather working kit, I'm not sure where I'll stick that, so it just came in and I've got a project in mind, so I want to kind of keep it out handy. The pile of bags back here, just odd and end tote bags, smaller containers, whatnots back there in a bigger tote to kind of keep it all stored in. I'll go through it later and dig through when I need something to store stuff in or a quick project bag. onto the little bakery shelf. I've turned this one into, I need to get some more cardboard to go across. I've got my little lunch pail bag kind of hanging on the side of it. But as you can see, I think this one's kind of fell through on one of the shelves, that middle shelf there. This is all my cross-stitch supplies here. Threads, a little bit of sewing stuff, the zippers in that bag. More bobbin storage in the green deal. Threads, these are more random ones. There's a few threaded ones that have the information on it. This one's random Amazon ones that I can use on whatever craft project. More I need to organize. My sewing threads, some of them. In this bag is just sewing scrap pieces and some trash I need to kind of sort through. I don't want to throw away just yet if I can use it for junk journaling or other crafts. In here it's a lot of DMCs, and then some of these like JP and Coats and other oddball ones. I've got them all separated. These I need to separate into the bags that I have them separated in down here. And then bottom tote has my cross stitch fabric in. I'll ease over here. Cross stitch in a little Girl Scout cookie box. All my patterns that I have for cross stitch. More sewing stuff down here as well. Got some sewing patterns in the gold box down there, an old sewing machine, just some odd and in little patterns. In this box I have stuff that I'm selling on eBay. I don't have a lot right now, but I have a few things on eBay that I'm selling, so I've kept them here and handy for whenever needed. This is on the other side of the table here with the tote bag and little random storage tins and little tidbits, bags. This is a bowl of stuff I need to find a place for. These are ongoing, minus this tote. This is a little odd and in cross-stitch stuff, but the rest of it's cross-stitch projects I'm working on, but I'm not currently like focused on these certain ones, so they sit back here until I can have time to get to them. Okay, and then got in the doorway here, I've got my aprons hung up on a little push pin. I'm gonna pause you guys and get this next light turned on and get things situated. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna try filming this again. I did have it on pause and then I stopped the video and tried refilming another end. This is where I started with my other room here. Got a little bit of storage space, kind of. There's a 3x3 cubicle back there behind this, and then in front with the white basket of pins here and stuff on top is a little desk sort thing with kind of a rounded edge here and some space. Got my tapes, glues, wax seals in here. Below is some of the stencils and stickers. I've got a few odd and end books down there, puzzle books, magazines to cut out images from, Amazon packaging. This is you can fit a couple like 8.5 by 11 printer paper size, couple sheets worth in there. In this tote, it's some cards, more paper down here on that, same there. This is a little bit more thicker than I have up above my desk. I'll show here in a little bit. There's some decorative scissors in this one here, paint tray, paint brushes. Behind these here is my paint tote. It's probably about the size of this one here, and it's just a more like this one here, I guess, kind of with a little lid, but I've got it kind of pushed back behind here, and that way I can just grab it out and move it in and out as I need to. I don't use the paints a lot, but when I do, it's there and easy to grab. I know this looks like a mess, but it's a tote back here filled with scrap pieces of fabric. Below is a overflowing tote of yarn, odd and end yarn that I can use for craft stuff or cross stitch finishings or what have you on that. I don't mind so much on that. The other yarns, it's more for sweaters, scarves, blankets, whatever better projects that I like for that. On this side, I've got some key fob fasteners. There's a little metal tin back there that has some magnets on it for cross stitching. I did have it hanging up, but it fell, so I've got it just tucked in there. There's a few odd and end journals that I've kind of slipped in there as well for just random scraps that I've glued in. I need to pull them out and find a better spot for them. Below, there's a few little stamps in that one. Otherwise, there isn't much behind on that little bit other than this tote of other stamps, fasteners, other little tidbits there, metal findings, and some beads and seed beads in this one and tinier beads. I've got a little table I can pull out there. The little wooden handled board back there is a fiber blending board for cross stitch, or not cross stitch. I could do some threads as thin as that as I need to for spinning. You can see my little right here, my little drop spindle that I can use for spinning yarn. I've got a spinning wheel that I need to work on and get it going. But got that kind of tucked back there. I've got a little trash can and some window cleaner for my little window back here. Stand up here and go through some of my desk stuff. This is on top of my desk here. Start over here on this end. I've got my little bag here. The main thing on this is just my bingo daubers right now. I've got storage spaces, another two that I can add a few more things to when I'm ready and figure out what I want to put there. It's still a mess a lot on my desk, but it's a work in progress. If you show me a neat artist desk, then I'll wonder if you do art, because this is how mine is most of the time. As you can see, I've got some of that brown paper kind of down below. I've got it strung across my desk so that I can rub extra paint on, and then I'll use some lace and trim it out, use stamps or whatever, and kind of create my own little bits for junk journals or whatever other project I need, and spread out some cleaner sheets and go from there. This little basket came from Dollar Tree. It just holds a few minor little pins. These mushrooms usually aren't there, and I'll stick my phone in this little slot here so I'll know where it is constantly and not have it covered up with stuff, and I'll know where to find. Otherwise, it's sitting in on the table in there that we just kind of went through. These are some stamps that I've recently purchased. I need to get them down below in my stamp deal. I wanted to test them out first, so sometime I'll get to that. Extra small utensils here, tiny crochet hook, tweezers, screwdriver. This thing has a little magnet on the end of it to kind of pick up anything metal. So if I lose any small metal piece, it does have a little light fixture that it just needs some batteries first. I've got some extra like little note cards, share memory cards, some tissues if I need it, coloring cards, prayer cards, a small little bag if I need that. On top, I've got my Copic markers, a little light if I need an extra light in here. I've also got this little tea light in a little pumpkin metal tin. This is a odd and end scrap piece of tin. All this sort of scrap you will also find in this blue record player tote thing. I've cleaned out the insides because it stopped working and I couldn't get it to work, and turned it into just a teeny tiny scrap bin. This is kind of one that I can pull and work from here on my desk. That's handy versus pulling this whole thing down. But it's easy access too. I can pull that down. That's why I have it sitting up there too. This is an old dishwasher rack, and I've turned it into a pen holder. Pens, a few pencils, colored markers, and then I have a few Sharpie pens kind of kept separate from my other ones because I enjoy using those a little bit more. A few other odd and end Sharpie highlighters kind of on this end. A few binder clips if I need them. This is off an old box. It says Be Yourself. Got some other pencils there for drawing. This usually hangs up on the little knobs on my little dresser here. This is just a lot of odd and end pieces in here. Ribbon pieces, little bags to put tinier pieces in, to sort through, little rhinestone things, stuff I need to kind of go through again and organize. I'd started little pieces there. I've got about 10 different stashes and places to look for little bits, and I'd like to eventually get it all organized in one bigger, or not really big, but easy to manage space. That's that. If I can get that, just stick it here in my pen deal. I've got a little container of old camera film pieces. I'm not sure what I'll use those canisters for or decorate those up. This here usually sits up on my this little space here. It has a lot of just odd and end cards and more like coloring flowers, more of my more pre-cut ephemera stuff, and just an easy way to kind of flip through a few extra odd and end card pieces or cardboard that I can use. Flip around over here below. This is one that I will use for junk journaling. I'll tear the pages out and use for junk journaling. I've got some journals there. Coloring journal, meditation journal. This is a junk journal, scrap blank paper to use. A few odd and end journals though. Odd and end scrap pieces that I like in this fabric, or well, little basket. I don't have a lot of small pieces, but that's stuff, or at least certain pieces that I want to keep versus what you see below the desk. That it can be used on anything, and I don't care if I have a hole in that. This one's I haven't really found a good place except for there for right now, but just maybe working on a tiny quilt, or kind of, I haven't decided yet on it, but it's there for when I want to use that. I plan to paint on this little brick here. I'm not sure what yet, but got that. Got the flower pot here in this canister to paint as well. Odd and end little pipe cleaners. A few other little pieces of yarn up there, scrap pieces to use. These are junk journals here. Switch up here behind. I've got some of my main used, or easy to grab, mainly used art coloring books and drawing pieces up here that I can quickly grab to. Otherwise, I'm not gonna try to dig through the bottom 6 cubicle pieces. Eventually we'll get that to where I can use that space as well, but there is some things down there, but just not stuff I readily use. This one's here, a little pottery bowl that I've got some sticky notes to use that I can easily grab out and use. A few bookmarks as you've seen there, glue sticks, meditation cards. I've got a deck of tarot cards in that little cardboard box. It flips open, kind of magnetized. Odd and end utensils up here in this one. There's like the little light blue thing on this corner here is like one of those little rotary cutters. A few odd and end pieces there, screwdrivers that I can quickly grab. This is a tote of stuff that I need to go through eventually, but I've kind of got it there and out of the way. Pens, crayons, watercolor markers, some colored pencils in this here, odd and end paper pieces here, little flip notebooks, my drop spindle, extra cardboard from containers if I need a backing for a picture or using some to make a junk journal cover, then I've got it there. Whatever sort of handicraft I need cardboard for. Got some thinner paper, roll-out paper here. This storage container, washi tape. This is just odd and end pieces, scissors, eraser, glue stick, stapler, some more paint trays and paint, watercolor paint back there, a few stamps, pencil eraser back there, or sharpener, not eraser. Got a few odd and end things there. Ribbon. This has a mix of a few things, as you've seen in this other brown container. Frames, more organized stuff, flowers, a few bigger pieces of magazine cutouts, and then foam square pieces, a little bit smaller cardstock paper, scrapbook paper. These are scrapbook pieces that I can quickly grab, or I've got some other small little bits there, and some contact paper or duct tape paper to the edge as well. I can easily grab this down, bring it to my desk for smaller bits versus my scrapbook behind me tubs. Tissue paper in this, more odd and end pieces, pens, pencils, Sharpies in this one. Stuff I kind of use but kind of don't, so they've kind of stayed in there. I need to definitely still work on organization, but it's getting there. Then odd and end stuff over here. I've got some diamond art stuff there, extra little, you can see by the teddy bears, some extra cards, some more figurine stuff, and bulbs and that. This one, this is a 3-drawer deal, and then this one's like a bigger tub 3-drawer that's facing this direction. Extra storage for the tote there and there, kind of part of the pantry / craft room area, so trying to make things do. Main stuff is art, tracing paper, and a paint tray there that I use in that top drawer. I pulled out all my beads and rocks and other little things and put into this tote here that I can easily grab to. I need to go through it a little bit more with the red lid on it. I can show it if anybody's interested. Extra trays. This is cross stitch finishing supplies there. Package that I'm getting ready to send, or well, not soon, but just whenever I get stuff ready, then I'll set it to the side there for a friend, and I'll have it for when I'm ready to send stuff out. I usually try to get a good box filled before I send it out. The trousers, they need a little clip redone on them, so I've got them out there. This is some few pieces of leather here that I've got out that I'm going to be working on the leather kit out there that I showed. Some pillows and a blanket. I've got a few other blankets down here on a fainting chair, kind of a rest spot. Above here, kitchenware stuff, a few odd and end things up there. Well, and if I didn't say, just odd and end bags and storage stuff there for right now. Flip up here. Kind of got this one turned into a closet too. Ribbon, extra paper stuff I need to go through and sort. Plastic canvas with bigger holes in there. Ribbon and lace trims and binding pieces, more so in that one. Leather, small bags, scrapbook that I'm gonna put together for my nephew, or for me, of my nephew's stuff. He's going through school right now. Okay, I've hit my dead spot again. It stopped the video earlier at this spot, so I'm trying to hold it back so it won't hit the dead spot. Very bad internet service, but Purple Tote has scrapbook paper in it. White Tote does as well. It has a few other scrap pieces in there as well, like napkins and kind of a lace doily, you can kind of tell there, but it also has some other scrapbook papers kind of shoved back there as well. The purple one has a lot of ones that I've had prior. I need to go through the clear one a little bit more. And then the orange tote is cross-stitch finished pieces, but not like fully finished, that I need to go through and actually frame up and or make into pillows or whatever I need to do. Then I'll have that to fully finish. But yeah, that is my craft room. Let me swap down here. I've got a fold-out chair that I use that usually leans back here or against my desk back here. Move it here all the way. More storage stuff back here. Got my Wii board and my piano back there. My llama picture I need to hang up. A hook with like 2 or 3 hooks on there. Find a place for it. Extra gift bags down there. This thing is like a fold-out thing, similar to an accordion fold-out, that I may put a lot of my ephemera in. That might be a little easier storage. This is a bag of sewing stuff. Sorry for the crinkling, guys. You can get down in there. Stuff I need to organize, basically. I've got a whole bag of odd and end pieces that, hey, I bought this at the thrift store and I don't feel like putting it away yet. I'll put it in this bag, or I need to probably put it more in a tote now, and then call it my organization or put away tote. That way I can go through and put away. This is my other fabric scrap thing that I was telling you guys about. It has some, I've ordered some of these fabric pieces from like Birdie Gray or other fabric sample sites to use for different scrapbooking stuff as well. So got that, and that's pretty well it for my storage stuff. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll make another quick swoop over here. That is my storage space for now. A little chaotic, but it's in the process of getting organized, hopefully, and maybe sometime by the end of this year or into next year, I'll have everything kind of moved up into our loft, and the half loft that we're making into a library / craft room for me, and an extra like living room space below. But it'll be roughly about this size, but it'll give me some space to spread out just a little bit more. But hopefully you guys all enjoyed, and catch you next time.